has been able to manage so far. And Punju has retired from the session. He's done so in the... Oh dear, he's done that right in the sector. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to just quickly cut to Michi Hoyer then. And there he is. There was the brief look we had at Punju before his car disappeared in the wall and clearly just lit up the tyres too much coming through that section of the circuit. It's a very easy thing to do, of course, coming out of the S's, where your tyres have got all the stress and strain in the world on them. And that's it. That's their session all done and dusted. They will not progress into the next part of qualifying. As we watch with Beaver Sama, who is coming through that final sector now, into that stadium section. They won't be running all the way off of the track there, because of course that would invalidate their lap. And so as they start to come through then, just wind that power back on after those slow speed corners. They come out the final turn now. The old Peraltada of corner, of course, that's been reprofiled in recent years, and he jumps just up a couple of positions there, up into 13th place, and so that then will see him potentially get through, but we'll have to wait and see. As other drivers out there currently a threat at the moment. Dirk Chocolate is going 2 tenths faster than his personal best. That's not enough to get him outside of the drop zone at this stage, so he's going to need to have a big improvement in this final sector. Let's wait and see what Dirk is able to do then, with his VR setup here today, of course. And as we see him come on through the last few corners, and watch as he looks into the corner, he can of course see everything that's going on around him. And then let's see as he comes up towards the line then, where will this be for Dirk Chocolate? It's 16th! He's 1 position shy and about a 10th, exactly a 10th in fact, away from beating Michi Hoyer to get into 15th place there as well. So that's a big old shame for him, and I'm sure that he will be bitterly disappointed with that one. But in terms of other drivers out there, well, we've got of course Tim Marduk. We catch him just as he crosses the line, up into 6th place for him there. And then, of course, that means poor old Adam Sanderson all the way down in 19th place as well. With Tom 97 just tempting fate ever so slightly. The Williams driver getting themselves just through at a squeak into Q2. With a hard tyre time as well. Mr. Dale is therefore out, so too Michi Hoyer, Dirk Chocolate, Adam Sanderson and Punju, of course, who crashed out earlier on in the session. That means that Dat Guy Vince, Rasin Chai, Meraki, GB68 and Tom are your top 5, everybody else sitting nicely in between. So, up into the stadium section now then, watching the car making its way around. And then as they come through into this last part of the lap, then opening up that final turn as much as they possibly can before we then power on out and onto that start-finish straight. Cross the line pair goes. It's P8 for the time being. So that's one driver who then pushes GB68 down a position. And so currently then, El Taco Man has all the power to push GB68 down to 10th place. But from all the checkered flags elsewhere, GB is safe. He will make it through into Q3. If only by the skin of his teeth, potentially. Let's wait and see then what Tacoman is able to do in these final few corners then, as they come through then with this Haas, this wonderful car with a wonderful helmet that they have as well. Stars and Stripes, this big slide. Oh dear, they must be camera shy as they come round that final turn now, up to the line, and no, they're going to dive on into the pit, so it will be 12th place as the start for El Tacoman. So it is that guy Vince, who had before looked so impressive at the top end of the field at the start of this Q2 session, and of course through Q1 as well. They go out in Q2, and then you've got, of course, Takuman, Infratic, Beaver Sama and Chesnoy Goni. So both Alpha Tauris will start outside of the top 10, 14th and 15th for them. Rasin Chai goes quickest now with a time that's even quicker than what has been predicted of a 15.8, and Rasin goes to the top with a 15.7 after winning in Kota. They clearly quite like that feeling. Up towards the line we go then, and across the line goes M Sky Z. Does improve, but not his position. Only a 16.0. That is not enough to dethrone GB or Rasin Chai.
Nope, it isn't, and I think there's certain drivers that don't have long to go to finish off there. That's Team at Marduk is just starting his lap as well, so I wonder if he's going to be a threat to Razin Chai's pole position. And we got Tom's first lap on the soft compounder tyres as well, so he was leaving it out a little bit late as well. Hayden Gullis is in the middle of his one as well, and GB68 didn't make it out in time, so he's settling for P2, which is still a very solid lap time. The only one of two drivers to get into the 1 minute 15s, but I think Razin Chai will probably go into the pit. Yes, he is. Let's see who's next to finish a lap. I think it's one of the Williams. It's Tom 97, who's saying a purple middle sector. Didn't see what his middle sector is, though.
Yeah,
so
keep an eye on
I
him.
wonder if it was out of the drivers around him or if it's actually just a quick lap. It's looking good, but is it going to be enough to deframe Razin Chai from pole position? Oh, by a few thousand shy of pole position. That was a good lap time, by the way, from Tom 97. So just shy of that, and we got one of the Aston Martin, Safso, and he slots himself into 5th position, and I'll let you take through the rest of this qualifying session, Dan.
Excellent, thank you very much. So, in terms of that then, we've got, the clock has now run down. We've got, of course, Tom out there on a lap at the moment. That Alpine is coming through. They'll be the last across the line of everybody. And so, in terms of that, then we've got Meraki just up the road in front of them. They've set a purple final sector according to the game here. Perja has also been able to finish off their lap now and get themselves a 16-1. So the Mercedes are looking pretty good as a team. Across the line, though, goes Meraki! And it's a 15.6 to take pole position at the Mexican Grand Prix. Very, very good lap time from Daddy Jake as they get across the line there. I promised him I would say that at some stage, and there we go, we've done it. So there we are then, a 15.6 is quite an incredible time. As for everybody else, we've got Rasin Chai in second place with that 15.7 they set earlier on. We've then got Tom 97, so Williams having the best team qualifying of anybody, and in a moment or two's time we'll then go through 4th place downwards. But of course, very, very good times all around from all of our creators. And you have to say, fantastic time from Meraki there. So, cross the line, he's gone then. P1 for Meraki, then Rasin Chai, then Tom 97. Then, of course, from 4th down, we have GB68 with that one and only attempt in qualifying. And then we have MSkyZ, Perja, Safso, Timet Marduk, Tom, and Hayden Gullis. They finish out our qualifying session, and for only 0.7 of a second to be the gap between first and last in Q3, that is an incredibly close field that we've had just there. But as we see then, Dirk Chocolate is disqualified from the formation lap for not parking the grid slot properly. We now have all the drivers on the grid. We are waiting for those 5 red lights. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out, and it's go, go, go. After a short hold, might have taken some of the drivers by surprise. In particular, our pole man, I think, as off the line and with those soft tyres, Meraki has not gotten a good launch. Instead, it is Rasin Chai who's moving up and into the lead of the Grand Prix. Down towards turn number 1 they go then. It's the 2 Williams then, working together with one another to go into the first corner. Meraki goes deep. He goes late on the brakes. He regains the lead ahead of Rasin Chai at the start there. Tom 97 is able to defend their position too. M-Sky and Perja have both been able to move up in the Mercedes in 4th and 5th position now, but as they go down towards turn number 4, we're starting to see then this closing up of the gap here. Will Rasin go for the move? No, he does not this time, but I tell you what, in the background, GB68 is going for the move there. You can see that Aston Martin trying to now split the 2 Mercedes here as they go down into these slow speed corners as we watch them going into there then, and Meraki has lost the lead of the race. He's lost it to Rasin Chai. Rasin is now in the lead here. Tom ahead of his rival MSkyZ, but of course, Meraki then is in second place. Now we're seeing all sorts of action going on in the back of the field here. We're seeing one of the Aston Martins, that must be Sasso, going off of the circuit in the S section. And now then, as we're seeing all of this action unfolding all around the circuit, we're also seeing that Tom 97 is under major threat now going down into there. But not only that, the Mercedes potentially at war with one another as Perja goes deep into the corner trying to get by GB68. That opens the door to Ben Binotto, and then he gets on by. Not only that though, Tom is trying to make their way through. The reigning champion gets into the first corner, the last corner, and then away they go. That is Tom now up into 6th place here. Rasin Chai sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, having led the first lap, and now then it is all go for the restart here at the Mexican Grand Prix. And as they go down towards turn number 1, we've got the 2 Aston Martins fighting with one another, but also with that guy Vince, who has come all the way up the order from P11 now into P8. The field is still so tightly packed, I don't know where to look at the moment.
Seeing a lot of battles in the background as well. It's a pile-up. We got a Ferrari and an Alpine. Oh yeah, there's 4 cars. We got Hayden Gullis, Emphatic, Adam Sanderson and Punju. All of them have got from wing damage, and we got a DSC, and you can see a little bit of debris heading towards turn 7 there.
As we get going once again, I tell you what, up in the order then, we've got Perja now having a good fight with that guy Vince. Vince already up to 7th place now, the Red Bull driver, doing a fantastic job. And at the front of the field then, Rasin Chai has retaken the lead of the race once more. So it's going to be a constant tussle here between the 2 of them, I think. And for Meraki, this is a bad thing. This means he's now in this position where he cannot get away from those cars behind. And so that then, the advantage of the soft tyres is completely nullified. And so as they come down in towards turn number 1, I suspect this might be a change for the lead. Rasin moves to the middle of the road to try and defend, but he's already tucking in behind before they get to the braking zone. Not only that, but you look in the background here, and Meraki then is trying to hang it all the way around the outside of MSkyZ, who goes for the inside line. He's able to hold him off beautifully well. Great car control, great positioning of that car, but of course it's not over just yet. And now with DRS open, will Jake have that straight line speed they need? Punju with another 3-second time penalty as down into the corner they go, and it's so tight between the pair of them. But all the way around the outside. MSkyZ has been able to get the move done on Jake. That was a great bit of racing between these two drivers. But MSkyZ is going to be one of them who gives us a scrap in the initial thought now, because now down towards turn number 1, he's got the move done on Rasin Chai, and now he has just a few tenths of a second to make up on Tom 97. What was the pole time? It was a 1:15.6 by Meraki. Kuskibu. Absolutely, Ben Daly has gotten right on the back of Tom, the driver we've just been looking at, of course, and with DRS now, and Tom having no DRS, this then, I think, is going to be moved down in towards turn number 4. It's going to have to be round the outside, except it won't be, because he's already cleared Tom by the time they get to the corner. So there we are then, Ben is now up to P3, the second highest of the soft tyre runners at this stage in the race. Fastest lap goes to GB68 with a 1:18 there. But now, Ben has really been able to close up, and even through this final turn, just 0.2 of a second back before they even get to the DRS zone. This is going to be a very, very easy overtake, I suspect, as then with the DRS open, maybe not as easy as I thought then. In the end, he goes to the outside line here, so he's going to break all the way around the outside of MSkyZ, and this one perhaps a little bit more of a difficult overtake than we thought when it comes to that one there. And just imagine that would have been a very easy DRS pass, but no, not the case at all. But at the head of the field, I suspect that we've got a change in the lead coming. In the background, you can see there Rasin Chai fighting with MSkyZ, and we'll get that move done, but we might see down in towards turn 1 or possibly into turn 4 in a few moments' time. We might see the lead change here with Ben Daly now right on the gearbox of Meraki. And as they go through this final section of the first part, the first sector then I should say, it's now DRS open once again for the Ferrari. That Scarlet car is chasing, and moves to the inside. Will he get the move done? Yes, he does! That is the lead change once again in this race. So many different leaders we've seen in this race, and for the first time in this race so far, Benjamin Daly, Benjamin Binotto, gets himself up into P1 here today.
Quite tasty, but we got Meraki coming in to the pits, and Rasin Chai is going to try and get Benjamin Daly, which he does. Rasin Chai takes the lead, and also Tom 97 gets Ben Daly as well. So Ben softs are starting to deteriorate like mad in Mexico City, and Tom 97's tyres are absolutely lighting up the track right now. And is he going to try and get past Rasin Chai? He's got the DRS, he's got the overtake battery. Oh, we're going to see him move into turn number 4. To the left-hand side he goes, into the left-hander, now moving over to the right-hand side of the track. Tom 97 on those mediums. I did say to watch out for him, and he's definitely paying off tonight. He leads the Creator Series for the Mexican Grand Prix. Incredible stuff. Well, it's still under the realms of possibility, but we do have Rasin Chai and Team Armada come into the pits for different tyre strategies, it looks like.
Oh dear, Rasin Chai has gone to a set of medium tyres. He would have thought they would have gotten to the end of the race. They have 25 laps worth of wear on them. He is going to have to stop again. He has been a victim of the Jeff gods. Mark Priestley has come back with a vengeance here, and now as they streak down towards turn number 1, they're under a slight threat then from the AlphaTauri behind, potentially getting in their way, trying to unlap themselves. But as it is then, Ben, even with softs that aren't even up to temperature yet, it's just got so much more grip underneath them. Rasin is going to be heartbroken with that. Adam has now retired from the session. He's done so in the pit lane. That means that our drivers do not all get to the end. Oh dear. Dale is out. And it's a safety car. A safety car right at the end of the Grand Prix. There are only a couple of laps that it can stay out before it has to go in at the end of lap 69. And so this then changes the entire face of the Grand Prix. Everybody is going to be going now for a sprint to the end. Vince stays out. Vince stays out on 17 lap on soft tyres. Someone needs to get on the phone to Vince and ask him what the hell he is doing. Vince is going to have to now take the field round and restart this race on very old tyres. And Tom 97, Tiamat Marduk, MSkyZ, Meraki, Tom, Rasin Chai, GB68, Safso, El Taco Man, Michi Hoyer, and Hayden Gullis are all going to follow them. Across the line we go then. We restart the Mexican Grand Prix. That guy Vince immediately pulls to the inside, trying to defend as best they can from the driver behind. That being, of course, Tom 97. Following them through, of course, will be Benjamin Daly. And you can see now then, I'm going to lose track of all that is going on here. Round the outside of that guy Vince is what Ben is attempting, and he manages it. Oh no, there's contact! That means Tom 97 is round. That guy Vince has somehow gone back into the lead of this race. And now then, Ben Daly Daly is in second place. He doesn't have damage, I don't think. I didn't see any bits of bodywork flying there, but Tom97 is now down the order. He is now way down. That means the Meraki, that means Tim Amado, that means Rasenchai, they're all in the best position now, but that guy Vince is leading the race on 18 lap holds soft tyres on the second to last lap. There's realistically only a couple more chances that Ben Daly has here before he can then end up getting the win here today, and it's probably going to happen, let's be honest, but it's nice to think about Vince leading the race all the way to the end. It's probably going to happen here, in fact. Ben now, probably with the use of DRS, is going to close up. He's not going to close up. He is. He's going for the move up the inside into the stadium section, and then Meraki follows him through. Round the outside, though, and Vince is still fighting. Vince manages to defend with the greatest bit of defending I've ever seen in this game and in this series.
Crazy.
Through the final turn they come then, and Ben Daly is going to lead us round the final lap here, and I'm sure Jake is going to end up following him through into second place, but Vince has possibly sealed who wins this race and who does not. But I tell you what, Jake is not letting this one go. GB has got 3 seconds worth of time penalties as well, but look at this, Jake is going to go for it on the final lap into the stadium section. Does he manage to get it done? No, now he's going to go for the under though. He's going to go up the inside, and like a repeat of what happened in Kota, he's going to force his rifle off the track like he was forced off the track, but Ben is going to come back onto the track regardless. He's going to say, no, this is mine, and I tell you what, then as to come around the final corner, it's going to be Ben Daly coming second. Daddy Jake comes across the line and wins the Mexican Grand Prix. Yes, he does, and that guy Vince, driver of the day for me, gets third place on the podium. But for this race, for the Mexican Grand Prix, it is Meraki, pole and the win, and then second for Benjamin Daly, and for his first podium in the Creator Series, that guy Vince with an incredible fight to hold on at the end and try and use those old tyres to the best effect he could. He makes it work. So then from fourth place down we have Safso, MSkyZ, GB68, Rasenchai, El Taco Man, Tom, Michi Hoyer, Hayden Gullis, Peya, Tom97, Chesnoid Gaming, Infratic takes the final point. Then it is Punju, Beaver Sama, Dirk Chocolate, and then not finishing this race are Mr. Dale and Adam Sanderson. Also to Tom97 as well, of course.